Alright, ladies and gentlemen, back once again with another matchup of TVZ. This time it is on Mech Depot and spawning down the bottom left hand corner from Insight Gaming in his in-house practice match. It is Red tearing pieces of Hannibal. Spawning in the top right hand corner, probably already pulled that extractor trick, which he is about to do right now. It's the blue Xerg pieces from Insight Gaming of Xergxes. Woo! Where'd you go? That way. Okay. Alright, he's gonna sit out his overlords. You know, gonna get that scouting information started in Mech Depot. One of those maps that I've mentioned before is a really annoying map for some people. The way pathing goes, I actually prefer to veto the maps like this. And that's because any scouting or any army has to go the opposite direction of your opponents. So like, say when this Reaper comes out, it has to go around the north side of the map here. And then it drops back down, and then we'll come over to the natural base and so forth of your opponent. Same for your opponent on the opposite side of the map, it has to come down the south side. I don't like the fact of this because like I feel it just makes a map bigger than what it needs to be. Take longer. But anyway, as we do see him going into that gas, adding on some SCVs, Hannibal, it looks like he's going to open up into that Reaper fast expand play. Xergxes is going to get his overlords in position to scout. He already has his hatchery down. It's about halfway done, and the spawning pool is on the way for Xergxes. Overlord command starts up, and the Reaper is starting up over here in the barracks. Hannibal throws down his command center as well. Xergxes looking like he is actually going to go out here and scout. Oh, he's actually... Oh, wait. He's actually going to play pretty greedy here and take a third base. A very fast third base around the 2-minute mark. So already he's looking to be the greedier player. Looking to get that economy up before he can get any real army out here. But he does have 4 lings and a queen on the way. So he will be able to deflect this Reaper, which is Reaper actually being told to go down to the right side of the map here, or the south side of the map. Is going to be able to come up here and scout this if he doesn't jump down the cliff. Oh, he didn't see it. He doesn't see it, so he does not know that there is a third base up just yet. Reaper here throwing down his grenade on top of these lings being pushed away. By these lings, the lings being microed back here to try and stay alive, trying to keep them alive on creep. Speed has started up for Xergxes. The back call for Hannibal, we do have Hellion additions being added on here. Starport being added in, which means you should see the Hellion Banshee play coming out of Hannibal, which is kind of his favorite opener. In TVZ, I rarely see him do just a stem drop timing or a 16 marine timing here. The second queen being added on. Did he finally see this natural base? The third base? No, he still doesn't even know about this third base. So, Hannibal looking to try and deny the third base drone, and it's already up. It's actually kind of funny. Because Xergxes is going to be able to get ahead in the economy very quickly here as he's adding on more and more drones. It's still relatively even, but not for long, as Xerg just adds in more, like 5 more drones there. Meanwhile, back home, the Hellions have been added on, and as I was saying, they are going to come around the far side of the map away from this Reaper, but the Reaper will finally see that the third base is up. He shaves off 2 lings, gives some scouting information. These Hellions are just going to be sent directly to this third base location. There's no more lings being added on, more queens, more drones. Xergxes is just droning up here. This queen isn't going to pop out in time to shoot these away, and these lings will get barbecued pretty quickly. Which means these Hellions are about to find a little bit of damage. Already finding 1 drone and a couple lings so far. Trying to barbecue down these larvae here. Oh, they actually do quite a bit of damage to larvae. 2 more Hellions being added on as 2 more are going to make their way across the map from Hannibal's base. Is that tech lab? No, it's actually a reactor. So he is going to go into a marine push behind this. Looks like he is opting for that Hellbat push. Which is something that's kind of coming to scene lately in TVZ matchups. He's got a decent number of Hellions here. The Queens have been pulled to deal with this, and this does open up the Banshee opportunity in other locations. 3 Queens here to push us away. Some Lings as well. Pick that 4 Queens. Xergxes adding on a couple more gas. The Evo Chamber and the Roach Warren on the way. So he is opting to get into that +1 missile attack right away with the roach speed before this roach ward finishes up. Adding on some spine crawlers here so these roaches can't, or Hellions can't get up the ramp here to find any damage. They are just kind of rotating around looking for a different location. There should be an armory. Is there not an armory added on yet? No, there's 2 eBays. What's your armory? If you're going to go for this push, you need an armory. But I guess I'm looking at this wrong, so I think he is just going to keep the Hellions here. He is going to push with some Marines behind this into that 3rd base, possibly the main base. Xergxes with a decent Overlord spread here behind his bases should be able to spot this coming in. Queens here are going to get barbecued down real quick. No transfuse being thrown down on this queen. Is the only queen with the energy here is being microed back. Not focusing down any of the Bruce Hellions as of yet. 3rd base for Hannibal is added on. Xergxes probably going to take his 4th base, which yes, he will opt to take this 4th base now. So he's staying ahead in that base count. As a drop is making its way to that 4th base location that was spotted by the Viking. Hellions are going to bunker down over here, just hold up at the Xel'Naga watchtower to refuel. Get that smoke break, you know, light up a bit. The drop is going to come in here and unload just outside the vision of this 4th base. Stim should be done. +1/1 for both players is on the way. The roach is being added on here for Xergxes. The drop going to come in here and start pushing down this 4th base location. It might actually end up getting cancelled. Yes, it will. Even gets the drone building it. So already a good pick off there with that drop. Meanwhile, the Hellions on the other side of the map are getting caught with some lings out in the middle of the map. Not finding the damage he's looking to find with this. In the multi-prong attempt, as these Hellions are just going to get trapped in here by these rocks. So I'm really curious to see if Xergxes is going to opt to take the 4th base here or take the 4th base here now. But the way the creep is pushed, he should just take it here. But on the other side of the map, a Ling run by looking like it's trying to find damage up here on the 3rd base location of Terran, but the 3rd base location actually going to the south. And taking a 4th base in a much actually a bit of an awkward location to take a 4th base. As a 4th base for Zerg gets cancelled once again, but a double expand, so he will get this hatchery up. Scan being thrown down to clean up some creep. The roach is here to finally push his drop away. Xergxes trying to throw down the creep timber before this dies off. Another drop being loaded up to be sent around here to the north side of the map is going to get spotted by these lings as he comes across. Judging by the path, there it is. Drop does get spotted as it heads on out across the map here. Timing window is actually starting to close up a bit as 2-2 has started up for Xergxes. More queens are being added on in the production tab. But 2-2 is also started up for Terran. And he's trying to hit the timing here with 2-2 attack finishing up. Or just before that finishes up, here comes the boost in. Looks like it's heading towards the main base location. Xergxes army should be in position here to deal with this. Get spotted here by this Overlord. There are 4 queens here. Not quite enough to clean up this drop as the army is being pulled back incredibly late actually for Xergxes. So this drop has the opportunity to find some damage if he does stop from waiting. Now that the army here of Xergxes is here, Hannibal is going to wind up getting pushed away as he does start a planetary for his 4th base in the south. 5th base actually, excuse me. No, 4th base. This is 4th. This drop going to get cleaned out. The Hydra is going to pick off these units and just donating army here to Xergxes. Xerg says thank you as another drop is being rallied over here towards his 4th location. He is going to put pressure on this 4th base location where Xergxes is now. Bit of an army here to help deal with this. As a creep is going to push towards this Terran's 4th base location. It does finish up just in time. The army here is stemming on the creep already. Xergxes should be able to take this fight because of that stem, but the healing factor here going to bring these units back up to full health. There's no army left in the main here. Xergxes is hanging out with these lings still. I'm waiting to see when he plans to make a push with this, as he does have the opportunity here. As he has got his army rallied over here to defend this 4th base location from Hannibal's aggression. 3-3 has started up for Terran. The +2 armor for the medevacs. Marines being added on it. Only 5 barracks, it looks of it. 6-7 barracks so far. Run by the Lings finally getting in here and finding some damage. The SUV is going to be pulled off the line here. As the units rallying out for reinforcements to the main base do get picked off. Delaying some mining time in the natural ease is going to rally down to his third base. Armory finally going to get cleaned up. Frees up some supply for some more Roach Hydras. No Ravagers in his composition just yet, as he is going up to Hive Tech, so he should be able to transition into the Brood Lords into units, T3 units. His Terran's army is still not quite that complicated. There's no tanks added on. It's still Biomine. Medevacs. Another command center being added on here to probably turtle this up a bit. His army supply in favor of Xergxes is going to take this fight. Already the Concave starting to swing in Terran. He is just going to step forward here. Xergxes backing up to keep that Concave in his favor. The army supply is swinging back in favor of Hannibal, as the army from Terran is surrounding this last bit of the Zerg army here. With the upgrades, the damage from these DPS is going to be able to clean these up. And this fourth base is under threat from these Hydras. But due to the Planetary Fortress, he is just going to back off. Batch of Overlords over here is 8 more Hydras and 2 more Roaches are going to pop out here and meet up with the Hydras down here. Upgrades are 2-1 right now to 2-2. Nothing on the production tab for Xergxes at the moment. Bit of an interesting choice there, actually. Okay, he adds on 19 more Roaches. So he is looking to break this Terran right here and now at this 4th base location with the Planetary Fortress and this Command Center finishing up and the Sim City starting up. There's no way the Zerg can actually break this position now. The Queen's being pulled over here to add in some healing factor for these units. WD-40 on his desk. Guys, here we go. So we're going to step forward here. Widowmine finding a decent connection on the top of this army. The Queen's going to push back. They're off creep here, so incredibly slow. Waiting for this creep spread to step up a little bit. The choke here for Terran. But the Concave should be able to swing in favor of Zerg right now, as there's nothing else really going on the map just yet. 36 Lings have been started up. It looks like they are going to rally around to a different location. But they are going for the run by here. The scan being thrown down on top of his Zerg army. That's exactly what he's here. And he's going to step forward into the Concave. I don't know about this fight for Terran. Is of course a Bile landing on the backside of this army. Army supply 80 to 91 is still relatively even here, but I think Zerg will clean this up in the end. Another Curse of Bile being thrown down here. The last few units of Zerg are going to get cleaned up, but these Widowmines finding a decent connection on these Ravagers. Xergxes winning another fight, but the army supply here is still in favor. But meanwhile, the other side of the map, it was all a ruse, folks, as the Zerglings are getting in position for yet again, another run by. Actually taking the base location down here in the south. So they're choosing to expand down around the south side of the map. Makes this very interesting, actually, as the Widowmines are finding some decent connections on top of these Queens. Transfuse is going to be thrown down. Finally, an Overseer here to help clean up these Widowmines. He will start pushing forward. Of course, the Bow's being thrown down on top of these Medevacs. Picks off a Medevac there. And the rally here, I don't know about this rally for Xergxes. He's just bleeding out units now. This is a mistake. This is a chance for Terra to really clean this fight up and get back into this game. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, there's this army supply here tied up in these Lings, not getting anywhere, as he is starting Burrow and is starting the +3 missile attack. Gas guards are not taken there. As creep going to get cleaned up here. The Infestors finally are in play. And he's looking to land that Corrosive Bile and the Fungal Growth. Or the Corrosive Fungal Bungles, as I like to call them. Burrow about halfway done, so these will get burrowed underneath the Zerg army, and he will be able to push forward. The Lings finding some damage on the other side of the map, making a run by happen here. Trying to pick off any units that are maybe trailing out of these barriers. A good pick off on this reactor. Moving into the mineral line. Gonna find some SCV damage. There's 1 and 2 SCVs will fall so far. Actually, those are drones falling over here. So 4th base gets picked off. 10 drones falling. 13 drones falling. And the worker count swinging back in favor of Hannibal. 57 to 66. Xergxes finally finding some drone SCV kills of his own, as the Corrosive Biles are going to land. Or the Fungals will land all over this Terran army. But is there enough Zerg to clean this up? I don't think there is. That might actually start to swing this game really in favor of Terran, as army supply is 123 to 34. As the by not finding the damage he was hoping for, the larva is going to get picked off by this army. Is 13 more Hydras and 3 Roaches are going to finish up, and 4 more drones on the clock, or on the production tab, but 2 more Medivacs being added in. And the healing factor here for Terran right now is what's keeping this army alive against these Fungals. Here we go, another push forward on the creep period. Up 3-3, and not quite done for Zerg. Actually, I think it's just 3-1. Yeah, it's going to be 3-1 upgrades here, and the armor upgrade not what it needs to be. Xergxes not getting that +3 armor on the way. And that is going to be the final push here for Terran. GG will be called. And Hannibal takes the game. And with that, folks, I hope you enjoyed, and I will be right back. Possibly with more. I won't say right back. I will be back with more games in the end. For your viewing pleasure from Inside Gaming, it is Magi signing off once again.